angels, how are we doing? Welcome once again to my channel. This is Evangel Anyanwu. I am a Nigerian trained medical practitioner living and working here in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. How are we doing? Welcome once again. To be doing today is a requested video. For these past few days, you know, a lot of people have DM'd me on my Instagram, on my messenger, on my Facebook messenger, asking lots and lots of questions, and I've been trying to answer everyone individually, but I felt I should make a video to wrap up everything they've been asking, so that at least even if I don't answer you on time, you could watch on my channel and get some of this information without stressing your life trying to wait for my response and all that. The DMs are so many, and you know I am also working. It's not like I'm freelancing here. It's not like I'm freelancing here in Saudi Arabia. I'm working. So please, if I have not responded to your DM, just have some patience with me. I will definitely do justice to all the DMs I got, and I pray I have answers to your questions. But if I don't, still bear with me. I may have somebody who has the answer to your questions. So without further ado, let's delve right into the topic of today, which is the pros and cons of living and working here in Saudi Arabia as a foreign worker or as an expatriate. Disclaimer, what I'm going to be saying is personal to me. It's my personal experience. Another person may have a totally different opinion towards what I feel or what I'm talking about. So if somebody tells you, okay, this is how it is, do your research, go for your investigations, and then know what is right. But this is my personal experience. This is my opinion. I think that's the right word. This is my opinion. Let's delve into it. I want to take the pros before the cons, and of course positives before negatives. That is my life. That is the life I'm living. Because a lot of people have asked me, oh Evangel, it seems like Saudi Arabia is the best place to be. It seems like you're just catching your cruise there. It seems like you're just enjoying the place. In every situation, there is always a pro and a con. There's always an advantage and disadvantage. It depends which side you want to start with. I want to start with the pros. So the first one is the organized work schedule. The organized work schedule, and you have to work in an environment that is quite enabling, and you have state-of-the-art technology in most of the hospitals here. I'm talking about health facilities. I'm not talking about the engineering sector or the educational sector or Ministry of Works and Commerce and other ministries. I'm talking about Ministry of Health. That is where I am working. So you get to have an organized schedule. You don't have strikes here. Yes, Saudi takes health very seriously. So they have really invested in their health sector, in their health system. So when you're working here, you get to have a very organized schedule. Even when there is maybe some sort of disorganization in your schedule, it's not something that will last. It's just maybe for a particular period, and it goes back to what it is. For those who are working in the hospital, you get to work 8 hours per day on a 3-shift base. That is the morning shift, evening shift, and night shift. So it depends the one you are taking at the particular time, and then you get your 2-day off. So basically what I'm saying is that you work 40 hours per week. That is the ideal for any government hospital. But sometimes your schedule may permit you to do maybe 12 hours, and then you will be compensated with some hours off. So that is some schedule may make you to work 24 hours, but you will be compensated with some hours off. So it depends on what is obtainable in your hospital. But for those who are working in the PHCs, it's pretty much a very organized setting when it comes to work hours and work schedule. You work 8 to 4, and then that is Sunday to Thursday, and then you take 2 days off. That is Friday and Saturday. That's your weekend. So here you have very organized schedule. That's the way I see it. Yes, there may be some discrepancy in timing and everything, but it still goes back to the organized setting or schedule. Then another thing is you get a lot of trainings here. Yes, you may not really progress in your career, so to say, but you will definitely progress in your knowledge if you really want to. Like when I came here, I didn't know how to use the ultrasound scan machine. I didn't know how to use a lot of machines. But the thing is that where I'm even working, you have all these machines, and then you get to you get training you get training on how to use all of them. Right now I can operate, I mean, any equipment. You even get training in some laboratory equipment like the analyzer, so that when you get any results, you will be able to interpret it so fast. CTG, ECG, echo, you have to get training for your crash card, you have to get training for almost everything, so that you will have certification in them and have them as part of your credentials, because you don't just work beyond your boundaries, you have to work according to your credentialing. That is what happens here. So number 2, as an Igbo girl where I be, as an Igbo girl that I am, money matters. I don't take them for granted. I mean, I take it so seriously. Hello. So you get to get your salaries as regular as anything. I mean, it's so regular here, and then your salaries are tax-free. Yes, last year VAT, I mean value added tax, was introduced in this kingdom. 15% is huge, guys. It's very huge. Seriously, it is huge for people who don't really pay tax on anything, and then you come with it's huge. But then when you remember that your salary is tax-free, then I mean, you don't really need to worry about the VAT. That's the simple truth. I mean, there is no income tax in this part of the globe, and nobody will say, oh, maybe you work for 4 months and you get 2 months salary or 1 month salary. No, your salary is always regular. Before now, it used to be 13 months in 1 year. You know, the Arabic calendar is different from the English calendar, the Gregorian calendar. So the Arabic calendar is almost like 13 months in 1 year of the Gregorian calendar. So, but they changed everything a few years ago and then started paying with the Gregorian calendar. Then it used to be every 25th of the Arabic month you get your salary. No negotiation, yes. But this time they are using the English calendar or the Gregorian calendar, so you get it towards the end of the month. Yes, and it's always steady, it's always regular. I mean, it doesn't change. In respect to that's another pro is cost of living. Pretty much Saudi is a conservative country. You don't get to spend so much on the social aspect of life. You don't get to spend so much on fashion and all the rest of them. So the cost of living is pretty much, I mean, okay. I would say it's low, but it's pretty much okay in comparison with what you're earning. Like here, your rent, your electricity bill, and what else do you really pay for? Maybe transportation bill if you have to commute to your workplace with a taxi. But most people, I mean, walk to their workplace. They get apartments very close to their workplace, so it makes it a lot easier for them to walk into their office. But aside that, if you really have to, I mean, get a taxi, it will cost you a little more, so that will increase your living expenses or your cost of living. Aside that, it's pretty much okay. It's pretty much affordable compared with what you're being paid. It's pretty much affordable. And another thing is, even with the rent we are talking about, you're paid your housing allowance. You get a housing allowance every year. But there are some exceptions. I mean, people who don't get this housing allowance. Maybe I will make that video in a separate, I will talk about it in a separate video, not in this one. I don't want this video to be too long. Security is so top-notch here. I mean, it's a country where you can even think maybe it's crime-free. I mean, zero crime. I would say it is 100% crime-free, but at least, let's say 99.999 whatever percent. So it is pretty much crime-free, and this is one thing I like about this place, the peace that you experience. Sometimes you will see me, I will tell you that I'm going for shopping. That's around 8 p.m. or around 9 p.m. I actually go for shopping during this time because they must have finished all the 5 prayers they want to say for the day. So no shop will definitely close on me. So I go for shopping around 9 p.m. and then I am expected to come back maybe 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. But if I'm in Jeddah, I usually come back around 1-2. But if I'm here in Al Muzailef, at least by 10 o'clock, I'm back home. So security is very okay. Then another important pro for me is health is free here, education is free here. Now for health, it includes your immediate family, and I think your father and your mother. I'm not too sure, I will find out, but I'm 100% sure of immediate family. And this is level of insurance that covers 100%. I mean, any kind of ailment, any kind of surgery you want to undergo, this particular insurance covers it. So you don't need to worry yourself about the health of your immediate family and all that. So that is very big one for them. And for education, it is also free, especially for those who want to attend the Arabic schools. If you don't have any issue with your kids attending the Arabic school, or you're a Muslim, I mean, it's free. So you can actually enroll your kids in the public schools, which is 100% free. Then another one down the line there in the pros is you get to work with other nationalities. I mean, people, doctors, nurses, and other people from other countries, like the Filipinos, the Indians, the Pakistanis. I mean, pretty much most of the Asian country and African country, and then some from Europe and America and Atlantica also. You get to work with them. So sometimes there is this transfer of culture or knowledge, or whatever you may want to call it. So guys, this is the pros for me. There are still more, but I just want to cut it to this particular number so that the video will not be excessively long. Now let's go to the cons. The harsh weather. Apart from the harsh weather, the dust, you know, this harsh weather, especially where we are living. Recently I went to Al Baha and I noticed that it's a total different ball game from what we experience here in Al Muzayef. Al Muzayef is so hot, but Al Baha is quite cold. So, but for me, I'm going to talk about with my personal experience, because I don't live in Al Baha, I live in Al Muzayef. So it is pretty much hot here. And if you have to walk to work, I mean, if you have to trek to work, it is the most difficult thing you can ever do, because the sun will roast you. The sun here will roast you. It will just roast you. That's the simple truth. Even if it's 1 minute walk, it will roast you. Even if it's 30 seconds walk, it will roast you. So if you don't have any means of transportation or means of commuting to your job, aside walking, it's a big con for me. It is very, very big one. And also I said there is dust, so there might be sandstorm. And if there is sandstorm, you will not say, oh, there's sandstorm, you will not go to work. You will definitely go to work. So that is also a big negative. Another con for me is the language barrier. Here they speak Arabic. Only a few people speak English and correct English. So you will have to struggle with learning a new language. And if it's not your thing, believe me, it's going to be so difficult for you. Unless you're very adventurous when it comes to learning other people's languages. If you're not that kind of person, believe me, it's going to be very, very difficult for you. Then another con on the line is isolation and loneliness. If you are not married, or even if you're married but you did not come with your family here, even when you come with your family, it is still very much lonely. Especially if you don't have people you could visit, if you don't know people yet, maybe it's your first year, you have not met friends. Believe me, it could be so lonely. A lot of people have been depressed here and they went back home. This is not a question of traveling to another country or waiting to get their exams and all that and travel to another country. They go back home, yes, because of the level of depression they were going through. Your mental health is very, very important as long as I am concerned. So you should take it so seriously. This place could be so lonely if you don't know how to go about your life, if you don't know how to mix with people, if you're that person who is probably an introvert who doesn't want to mix with people. It could be very, very lonely and depressing. It is this loneliness that gave birth to this YouTube channel, because when my family left, I was so lonely that I started looking for friends online. Yes, and the best way for me is to start a YouTube channel. Then another con is poor or no career progression. If you're here, believe you me, you're not going to get any career progress. Even if you say, okay, maybe I get a master's online and all that, yes, but you remember, masters online might be limited, I mean, to the number of companies or schools or whatever that will accept it, or industries that will accept it. So it's really a big thing, because when you come here as a medic, you cannot enroll in their postgraduate program. So it is really a very big con for me. Another con, and probably the final one on this list, I don't want to, if I start, I will go on and on and on and on and on, and we might not finish this today. So let me make this the last one, is the resident permit that you get when you come in here as a foreign worker or expatriate. You will get a resident permit, but believe me, your resident permit does not really make so much sense when it comes to getting visa, because you have to buy your visa going out and you have to also get a re-entry visa coming into the country. So it's one country that whether you're a resident here, you will need a visa to go out and come into the country. So it is not a pro for me, so it's a con for me. So guys, I don't know, I know I talk a little fast, please forgive me, but the reason is that I have a lot to cover and I don't want it to be too fast. I mean, I don't want it to be too long. That's the reason. But naturally I talk a little fast. So bear with me, and if you have not subscribed, why not do that now? What are you waiting for? And for those who have been coming and subscribing, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And for all those who sent me a DM I have not responded to, please bear with me. I will definitely do justice to all your DMs. But I just said I should drop this here so that people will have a better insight about working here or coming here or migrating here and all that. But the truth is that it is far better than what you get, you know. I don't want to say more than this. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me get to hear what you have to say. I spend a lot of time on my comment section to hear what you have to say, to get your advices, to get all your lovely thoughts. I mean, it melts my heart. These are the things I love to hear. So tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. I'll see you in my next. Take care of you till I see you then. Bye.